streaming live on YouTube.
All righty, and great day, great, fantastic, and amazing day. Welcome to My City, My Biz Live Magazine. And today we have a special edition here as we go ahead and bring you some amazing individuals, which is at the pinnacle of what it is that they do and how they have endured. So he endures. And today we are going to feature that amazing Dionne Barnes. But you know how we do. We want to make sure that on all of our platforms, everyone is able to make sure that they listen in. So we're getting ready to go ahead and get on over to Facebook Nation. That is right. So that we can go ahead and make sure that Facebook knows that we have some amazing news to share with them. And so let me go ahead and get this all tagged and started as we go ahead. So if you're on Facebook, welcome. We are here. We are ready to get started. And now guess what? We're getting ready to go ahead and travel on over to that LinkedIn. That is right. So we're getting ready to post it right on that LinkedIn page so that we can make sure that those LinkedIn individuals, that LinkedIn Nation is ready to go ahead and to tune in with us. And so how are you doing on this Saturday morning? That is right. We are super excited about who it is that we have right here with us. And she is none other than the Dionne Barnes. That is that businesswoman, that mogul. But I want her to come in her very own words, because guess what? She has a story to share with you this morning. Great morning, great, fantastic, and amazing morning, Miss Dionne Barnes. How are you?
Oh, great, fantastic morning. How are you, Coach Shantina? I am doing great. How are you doing in these virtual streets today?
I know, right? These virtual streets. I tell everyone we're getting ready to get out here in these virtual streets, and we've been just learning and just stretching ourselves to capacity when it even comes to just taking care of ourselves. We were having a little discussion before we got on live, and so I am excited to have you here today. Looking all amazing, right? Just fantastic. Can't tell that you were in the middle of a quarantine.
Well, thank you. Look, I have a really good example. I tell you that.
Wow. Well, that is great. I am in great company. I know I am. But you know what? I want to ask you, what is the name of your company and what is it exactly that you do, Dionne?
Oh, wow. I'm blessed to have two companies, actually. Dionne Barnes Homes, that is the company that I run, that I do all of my real estate under. My managing broker is Realty Executives Integrity. And then I have Barnes Travel as well. Those are the both of the companies that I have.
Oh, wow. And so how long have you been in this profession? How long have you been in that particular profession?
Ooh, real estate for 21 years. I'm yeah, and it is still my baby. I am still excited every single time I help someone realize their dream of home ownership. Wow, I couldn't see myself doing anything else. It's just allowing me to help people. And then with the travel, wow, that's almost 5 years, Coach Shantina,
Mm.
almost 5 years. And that business has allowed me to grow and to really fine tune my purpose and help people, just help people on a level that I've only dreamed about. So man, I am just really in a good position and a good time in my life right now.
Wow, that is awesome and amazing. And so if you can just tell me how would you, the ones that love you most, the people that love you most, how would they describe Dionne Burns?
Oh, wow. The people that love me most, actually, it'd be a really easy way for them to describe me. It wouldn't be a whole bunch of words. It'd be loyal, integrity, honest. Um, I'm your ride or die, and I'm not judgmental. I want you to do what's best for you. I'm going to support you and love on you and be there for you. So I'm that one, and that's what they would say. And
Wow.
and I don't mind the grind. They know I'm a hard worker. Oh, everybody will tell you that. She's always working. She's always working. So they know I love what I do. So yeah.
Wow, and that is so right. I can definitely attest to that. And so, Dionne, if you can let me know, say for instance, you were the keynote speaker at your high school graduation, what words of advice would you give? What would be that speech that you would go ahead and give and say to knowing that you, Dionne, that young lady that's getting ready to get out into the world? What would you say in that speech?
Oh my goodness. I would say mm, to that young person, that young woman or man, get out. First off, do it. Do it. Do not let anyone else write your narrative. Don't let anyone else tell you what your story is going to be, because their fear may not be your fear, and you should have no fear. Fear. Just do it. Do it. Oh my God! I could say that over and over again. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it to the best of your ability. My dad always said, "Do it. What do you have to lose? Get out there. You can do it. You can do it. And that was his whole speech. You can do it. And that's what I would tell them, that you can do it. And don't wait. Whatever you do not wait. Time waits for no one. You do not want to miss your window of opportunity. Just keep redefining yourself. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to not be perfect. But what I would ask you to do is to clearly define your values, like what you believe in and how you're going to live your life. But go for it. Just go for it, and don't be afraid. And don't. Um, I used to always try to figure out, like, um, how can I, look more like this, or how can I sound more like this? But I know that that was a mistake. I have to be me. It's okay to be smart. It's okay to talk how I talk. It's okay to sound how I sound. If you're interested in hearing what I'm saying, you should listen closely. If you think my dialect is a little bit different than yours, right? And that's okay. But be bold. I would shrink some of my gifts that God had given me. I would shrink to try to kind of fit in, and I would say that I was being humble. Ooh.
Mm.
Mm. Mm, it's a difference. It's a difference. God wants our lights to shine. He wants us to push through. He wants us to be everything that He has given us to be. He wants us to be good and kind and loving, but He wants us to be bold,
Yeah.
bold like a lion, right? So you don't have to be humble. Doesn't mean to shrink. And I wish I would have known that when I was younger. That is definitely a difference. It's definitely a difference. So you be humble. You humble is being good and kind, but He wants you to be bold like a lion, going after all that He has for you. That's what I would go for it. Yes, that's what I would say over and over, is to really go for it. Yes.
Wow, go for it. Be bold. And there's a difference between being humble. Oh my goodness. When I tell you, wow, that's powerful. That is so powerful, Dionne. And so this next question I want to know is, what is it that made you almost press the snooze buttons on your dreams? We know that as entrepreneurs on that journey, there has been some things that have knocked us to our knees, that has given us a gut punch, and where we tell ourselves, guess what? No more. I can't do this. I can't go a step further.
Oh,
Were there any moments in your life where that has taken place on this journey?
Shantina, I've been thinking about that. I committed to not forgetting what happened in 2008, that recession. And not to, and I'm saying not forgetting to just, wallow in it and all of that. No, no, not that, but just to remember what I'm made of, and that I can make it. That time during the recession, I haven't told this to too many people, but we're going to pull the mask off today, right?
Mm,
Because I feel like there's a difference between telling your business and telling your story.
that's right.
So I'm telling you my story today, and in hopes that it will help you, right? So I'm not sharing my business, but I'm gonna share my story. And in 2008, when this market crashed, let me just give you some of the things that happened. Um, our house. We put our house up for sale. Okay? Listen to this. We
Mhm.
had 5 offers on our house. I had moved out. My husband wasn't at home. It was me dealing with all of this stuff. Went from 20 to $30,000 a month to I don't know where the money gonna come from. Maybe $1,000 a month, right? What a drastic change. Yes, I had savings. Yes, I had reserves. Oh my goodness. But I had never been in a situation like this where I would eat less to make sure my kids had more.
Mm.
I would go to my mom's. She would, or my sister-in-law, and she would cook and she would allow us to eat. And I would just make sure that my kids ate. I was to a point, Shantina, where I couldn't ask for no more help. I could not ask. I was like, Lord, I have humbled myself. I have I just didn't
Mhm.
have it in me. I was like, you've got to work this out, and I'll never forget this. And this is the only time this has ever happened in my life.
Right.
I was laying in the bed, and just stuff happening, just the normal stuff, right? And I was laying there, and I'm like, I can't do this no more. I was like, what if I just don't wake up, right? It'll just be done. I'm trying to be strong. I'm trying to be strong, and I was like, I just can't. And but I'm a believer. See, I'm a believer, and I believe in God, and I have faith in Him, and I have faith that He takes really good care of me. I always said that, Lord, you take really good care of me, and He would always answer just the whispers. I didn't have to say much, just the whispers. Sometimes I didn't say anything. The whispers in my heart, He would just come and deliver me. And He came. I was laying there, honestly, just thinking, like, let me just not even wake up. I can't do this. Not one more day of it. And He came to me. He said, "You know better. You are stronger than that." It was like somebody standing right next to me. You
Mhm.
know better. You are stronger than that. You know what you need to do. And I'm like, what? And I literally did not stand up. I rolled out of my bed on my knees and I began to pray.
Mm.
And that song never would have made it. That was like my anthem down in my heart and my spirit. Lord knows I'm telling the truth. And I just took that my strength, and God just gave me so much strength, and things started to turn around. I even let me tell y'all, this is the lowest point. All this other stuff I said, right, seems
Mhm.
super impactful. I have never I don't share this with many because I'm a pretty private.
Right.
Um, Here's something that I would say this to those young people. Don't ever give your dream to somebody else
Mm.
in trying to make it, because all I'm gonna do is make it right and take care of me and my family. And I had to give up my real estate license. Woo! I cried like a baby. But I'm like, I gotta do whatever I need to do. And I gave up my license and I talked to my mentor. She is 50 years my senior. And I talked to her and she said, get that license back. Leave that job. She said, that's your dream. You don't ever give up your license again, ever. That is your dream. She said, what you do, she said, that job will never give you what you're trying to get. She said, you get out there, you work. You put your head down, you work. You know what to do. You make the calls, you get up, you go to work. You will be okay. God will take care of you. You believe that, don't you? And I said, yes, I do. And I went to that place. I said, listen here, y'all. Deuces, I'm out. I can't do this. I know where I belong, and I have not looked back. But can I tell you the turning point, though? When, as coming through this, getting through the whole recession, we're here, we made it, I'm fine. Moved back into my house. Look at that. Look at God, right?
Yes.
Moved back into my house. I'm like, Lord, I thank you.
Yes.
And then just remember the things, the lessons that were taught. We had reserves, but I had all of my eggs in one basket. And I
Mm.
prayed about what I'm about to say now, because
Yes.
I don't know how someone may receive it, but that's okay because this is my story, right? And I prayed about this, and I'm going to tell you guys this. I look back and I'm always analyzing, and I say, okay, I made a commitment, and I told my friend Shantina Gladney, I am not going to be in a situation anymore where I can't feed my family, where if one thing stops, everything stops. That won't happen to me anymore. My goal is to insulate my family. I didn't know how I was going to do it.
Yes.
I didn't know because all I did was real estate. I always focused like all of my talents, my gift, my energy, my vision for my life was in real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was introduced to multi-level marketing, which at first I was like, oh no, I'm not doing another thing. And then I said, a whisper came to my head, said, no, this is what you asked for. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, okay. And so I just got in. I didn't even know. Guys, listen, I had made hundreds of thousands of dollars. I didn't even know about residual income. All I knew was to grind it out. I knew I would work, I would grind out and make it happen. That's all I knew. But I knew I would make it happen, right? So I got introduced to residual income and began to insulate my finances, insulate my family. Now I'm to the point where I need multiple streams of income. They must not all be in the same industry. I will never be in a situation again with all of my eggs in one basket. I will have multiple streams coming in from real estate, multiple streams coming in from travel, multiple streams coming in from me sharing my knowledge. But the base, what I'm trying to say is we have to learn from our past. We have to learn, take the lessons, apply them. But we cannot be a one trick pony anymore. We cannot. We just cannot have all of our eggs in one basket. That's why right now, Shantina, right now, what we're dealing with, um, I know that this too shall pass. I
Mm-hmm.
know it will pass. My approach when things adjust in real estate and how we do business and that kind of thing is different.
Yep.
Why? Because I have multiple streams of income. I know I can do other things, but I also have so much faith. That is who I am. I have so much faith. I pay my tithes. Again, this might not sit right with some people, but
Mm-hmm.
this is my story, right?
That's right.
Pay my tithes, right? And his word says that he is not going to let anybody or anything come and ravage my finances. He's going to take care of me. God is so good to us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I live my life right now. So um that that's my story. That is how I'm dealing. That's what brought me to my knees, and that is the rise through it. So I don't know if I'd say I arrived, but I'm doing pretty good. I'm good.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Just wow. Thank you so much for taking us through that journey and opening that up. Do you understand that how you were able to go ahead and remove that mask? How many other people that is going to give the permission to do the same, especially where we are right now in this time and day? I tell you, thank you so very much, Dionne. And so I want to ask you when it comes to, I always say that whole thing of stop pressing the snooze buttons on your dreams. And so what are some things that you have stood up and stood out and say, no longer am I going to put that on hold? I see my whole life ahead of me. And so what are some things that now you say, this is important? This is so important. Going through a journey like that, you've had to have some reflection. You've had to tell yourself, there's more, that's much more greater out there. What has that been for you? What has that been for you?
Well, you know what, Shantina, thank you so much for this platform. Thank you for all that you do and just letting everyone come on here and share their story and help other people. I appreciate you so very much for that. And you do it unselfishly, no cost.
Thank you.
And I just really appreciate that. Wow, my reflection. Let me tell you something. Actually, I would have thought that at first I would have said, oh, about what's happening with me in real estate. But actually, what really came out of that was spending time and making connections in my family, my children. Because I work a lot, and my granddaughter is here, and I'm like, wow, I have to figure out now when I work and I go after my dreams and goals in my business, is for me to figure out how can I still make a living, right? But spend precious time with my granddaughter. And honestly, you all, I've been grinding it out for a long time, so I need to sell houses from the beaches of the world. Okay, so I'm trying to figure that out. So my takeaway really is to whatever I'm doing, I'm designing my life. I'm designing my life now, and that the way that that looks is I'm going for everything I wanted to do, all the things that God gave me to do. Actually, being on this platform right here, I normally would not have done this, um, and definitely not have shared my story in as detail as I did. Um, but just letting it go and being me and being so comfortable in my skin, in just in who I am, and um, planning time for my family, planning time to stop working and working and working and working, but also living out my life dream. What's really become important to me is to help the masses, give everything that I have to help change somebody else's life. That's become more important than the money, right? I'm like, wow, this is something I had to kind of pinch myself, like, ooh, you know. But I get that charge out of like somebody else making it. If you cross the finish line and I have something to do with it, man, I'm so excited. So, wow, the whole journey has just been so wonderful, and I'm looking forward to this next phase, like all that I'm going through, and the big event that's happening today, and just everything. I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited about life. I'm really done surviving. There we go. That's okay. We're gonna wrap this up in a bow. I'm done surviving. I'm in live mode.
Yes.
That's what I'm doing.
Wow. Oh my goodness. And to be able to say that many people, they didn't have that opportunity. They didn't have the opportunity to go ahead and say, I am living now. I am truly living. And so I just thank you so much for deciding to live, because do you understand how many other people will be able to live through your actions, be able to look and say, if she made it through, I know that I can too. And so, if you can just close us out and leave us with, before we go ahead, also, we want to know what's next for Dionne Burns, because we want to be right there with you. And so, but you can let us know. We want some words from you in reference, just some wisdom, some insight. What is that? What is that you want to leave us with today?
What I would say is to own your truth. It took me a while, you guys. This isn't
Mm,
something that happened overnight. It took a lot of experiences and things like that. Um, I had to not be fearful. I listened to something again this morning about your core from Sarah Jakes Roberts, and just I know you guys are thinking core like the people around you. No, just your inside, like really who you are, and owning that, and knowing that you're connected to a higher power, knowing that you're specially made, and not being afraid to shine. It is okay. It has taken me a while to really, and I think I'm probably even still working on it, to get into my truth, and to just so go after your truth. Don't let anybody else define who you are, what you mean, who you are, what you stand for. Stand for it. Be bold. Be bold like a lion. And that keeps coming to me. Be bold like a lion. So be fearless, right? But be kind and be loving. So that's what I would say. Man, that's what I would say. Because that's and then live, smell the roses, right? Smell the roses. And then on another note, join me in a little while for new construction. The
yes.
lunch and learn for new construction. That's my baby. That has been in me for years, and it is coming to pass today. We are going to build new homes, you guys. We are going to build new homes because we can, because we can. So that's what's coming up today at noon. So join me for that. Register, become part of it. Jump on Coach Shantina's page. She'll be streaming it live.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm excited. Thank you. Thank you for letting me give that little shout out. I appreciate it.
You are so very welcome. And so there is, us go over some comments. So Glow 414, I mean, she is lighting it up. And I know that is one of your mentees. And but she
Hi,
said, oh
okay.
my gosh, Dionne, you are gorgeous. Facts, she was saying facts on something you were saying, and loyal and ride or die. Okay, when you were talking about how would your the ones that love you most, how would they describe you? She said loyal and ride or die and support. And she said,
I
yes,
love
be
her.
bold. I know. And she said, wow, so impactful. She said, preach. I'm done surviving. I'm in live mode. Oh my gosh, I love it. And she said, you taking my soul. Thanks, Entrepreneur Society, for this platform talking. Thank you so very much. That was Mikhail Daniels, which is the CEO of Glow 414
Yes,
Incorporated, and one of Dionne's, I mean, all the way from mentees to client to just everything. And that's another thing. She's out
yes,
there
friends.
serving the community. Here it is. This mogul is out there and she is planting seeds in the community that she's in. And so if you can tell us about that philanthropist piece, that whole, I
Oh,
mean, it's you just spread it all over. I see you. What
I
is that?
always forget about this. I do sit on the board of Glow 414. And wow, and that is really a privilege to sit on that board as well. I also sit on the board of Raising Our Daughters as well. And I never thought that I would even be sitting on a board. I'm like, on a board? What do I have to give?
Wow.
What can I share? But I find that I love giving. I love giving. And
Yes.
if anyone would ask my opinion or would need me for something, I'm going to assist if I can. So that is what I do. I love, love, love the work that both of those organizations are doing. Um, we are the people I'm connected to. We are not going to leave this planet the way we found it. Okay, believe that. Believe that. So yeah.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Love it. We are not going to leave this planet the way we found it.
And
That's
you know what?
right.
I
Oh
have
my
to say
goodness.
this. Oh, Shantina, I'm so
Yes.
sorry, but my mom would kill me. I
What?
have to say, I
Yes.
am a part of and have been for over 20 years, probably more than that, when
Yes.
Hurting Women Heal Ministries.
Yes.
Um, and
Yes.
my goal is to take that to a whole nother level. So that is founded by my mom, my
Yeah.
sister, and I sit on the board of that of When Hurting Women Heal. So that is a family and a lifelong mission that my mom took up and that we partner with her in. So I
Wow.
wanted to make sure I mentioned that. I'm sorry for interrupting, but I was
That's
like, oh
right.
my
No, no,
goodness.
that guess what? That is worth the interruption. That is right. We were definitely, as a matter of fact, giving homage to your mom, Miss Shirley Barnes, on today. She was supposed to have that event, and
Yes.
here it is in place of not in place of that, but your mom being such an amazing woman that is allowing so many people to heal. I remember that time sitting in that particular event after I was in one of the lowest places ever in my life, and being able to see the pieces, I was able to take those pieces back and begin to see that yes, there is still a path for you. And so I'm so thankful for your mom and Hurting Women Heal, and I look forward to you and your sister being able to just take that torch and just make it exactly what it is your mom envisioned for it to be. So thank you once again. Thank you for all that you do, Dionne. And so we're getting ready to go ahead. You guys prepare to head on over because guess what? Also, I want to let you know that you're looking at she who endured, Dionne
Ooh,
Barnes. And we are so thankful that you chose to go ahead and to take on that their torch and say, I can do it. I can move forward. This is what I do. And that's exactly why you're presented here today as the most amazing, amazing woman, businesswoman, a mother, a wife, all of those things that make this world go round. And no, you will not leave this planet the same. So thank you once again, Dionne Barnes. You have a great, fantastic, and amazing, amazing weekend.
thank you so much, Coach Shantina, and you do the same. I'll see you in these virtual streets in just a little bit.
That's
Okay,
right. Thank you. Have a great
thank you.
one.
You
Bye
too.
bye. All righty, everyone. We thank you for joining us on the special edition of He Endures. And we were featuring the amazing, the fantastic Miss Dionne Burns, right out of that Brown Deer, Wisconsin area. So thank you once again for tuning in to My City, My Biz live magazine. And we are truly thankful for you. So remember, SGGN Group, we are the company that actually builds entrepreneurs while they build themselves. But we are a entrepreneur society. That is correct. We are building and lifestyles, businesses. That's exactly the culture that we're building up, and we will not stop. So make sure you visit us at www.sggngroup.com. So we're looking forward to seeing you somewhere in these virtual streets until the rest of the world opens up, and we will meet you in a city near you to make things brighter. Take care, everyone. Take charge. And remember to be the best of who you are, where you are. And please stop pressing the snooze buttons on your dreams. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.